One of the things too that I really like about the Almanac is all these personal stories of people and their personal histories and what motivated them to give. I love that stuff. So thank you for pulling all that together. And I think, and I'll play the glass half empty now and say that, you know, a lot of those gifts were not about the beneficiary. They were all about the giver. And there was a lot of vanity wrapped around those gifts. What do you have to say about that?
Yes.
Yes.
Is my answer.
Yes. I mean, there's great stories in there, right?
Yeah. I mean, well, let's take, that's kind of a two-part question. Let's break it into the two halves. The first thing is it wrong for givers to get satisfaction from their gifts? I mean, you know, you read literature. There is a lot of literature that says, you know, there's this great Victor Hugo quote, "As the purse is emptied, the heart is filled." You know, that's a huge theme in literature. And by the way, as normal in life, the social scientists caught up with the writers about 3 centuries later. And now there's all kinds of social science that says giving is actually very good for you. It lowers your blood pressure, it lowers your stress, it makes you happier, it makes you more productive. So there's very good evidence that giving is good for the giver. And you know, that's half the transaction. It's lovely that people have their lives improved by receiving aid, but it's also lovely that people have their lives improved by giving aid. So I think we have to be careful not to discount that. That said, I also want to acknowledge that there are lots of people who do the right thing for the wrong reason, you know, and that there's no question. I mean, I have some stories in the book. Any of you who have had a chance to crack it, I'm fairly merciless, actually. We talk about Leland Stanford, who was a terrible rascal, or J. Paul Getty was one of the worst, you know, misanthropists in the world. Russell Sage, who was this crazy guy who used his clerk as a human shield when his office got dynamited and then wouldn't pay his medical bills. There are lots of nasty people out there who nonetheless did wonderful things by philanthropy. And my argument there is that's the beauty of the whole mechanism. Whether they use shame or, you know, peer pressure or encouragement or whatever, the philanthropic mechanism has this genius. It's able to take all of us, and we're all like that. We're all selfish. We're all flawed. We all have, you know, bad things as well as good things in our hearts swirling around. And the mechanism is there to kind of take our impulses and help us do good things for other people, even when we're not angels.